Yeah.
I think we're live.
Are these the holes for the little BBs to go in?
You have to roll it up the trunk deck.
It's not legal. I have more than 4.
You have to roll it up the trunk deck.
Are we live?
Yep.
Are we live? Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 24. Sorry we're a couple minutes late. Again, I got my best buddies with me. We're having fun. We're talking about RC cars. So as always, I'm Daniel Judd. These are my teammates here, Randy Vieira, Ricky Bellotti. Some fast guys. To the guys who watch this all the time, thank you for watching and following us. To the guys that will watch it in the next couple days, that they miss it because they're on the East Coast or on the other side of the world and they're sleeping right now. Thank you for following us. You might be wondering why I'm not wearing a hat tonight. Well, I'm a man of my word, and I got to tell you, I put up a post at the beginning of the week. And I need to mute that. I put a post up at the beginning of the week that said, I don't know, it was on one of my other buddies' posts. I'm like, I'll put it up. Nobody will,
I should have put that up.
It said that if I get 100 likes and 2 shares on this post, I'll let my daughter egg me. And I gotta tell you, it's a little off-putting by how the fact that it filled up to over 100 comments in about 8 minutes.
With 3 people.
So,
Yeah,
thanks,
3 people.
Thanks a lot, friends. Yeah. By the way, Ricky, you're not invited to my birthday.
I knew there was enough people that wanted to see it.
So let's give some shout-outs. I know, as always, our star body maker there, Paul Peterson, he's watching. What's up, Paul? Shark RC Bodies. These bodies are new to the market. They're for some people. Some people don't like them because they're not detailed enough. These aren't
or because they're dirt oval bodies.
They're dirt oval bodies. Yeah.
I saw that again today. I was laughing.
And you know what? I have no problem with somebody not liking a product. That's fine. But I had a guy at the beginning of the week who blatantly went on a post or made a post that said, I can't stand shark bodies. They're the ugliest thing I ever seen. And so to you, sir, if you're watching, F off. But the problem I had with that was the fact, and somebody said, Dan, you can't say anything because somebody was asking to see everybody's Cadillac pictures and of the new Cadillac body, and you put a picture of a GIF of a dumpster on fire. Well, I did put a dumpster on fire with an LOL in it, and it was on somebody else's post. I didn't just make my own post for everybody, God and everybody to see. The people that saw my post knew that it was a joke. I put LOL. A lot of people laughed at it. But for this guy to go out of his way, you guys bashing other people's products, there's a lot of products that I think are junk. There's a lot of products I'll never run. You'll never see them in my garage. But I'm not going to bash people for them. If that's what somebody wants to spend their hard-earned money as an American on, leave other people alone, man. So it's that one guy that did that. That was really, really, really low class, brother. Low hanging fruit. So I want to give a huge shout out to an awesome body maker, Paul Peterson. The guy, keep up the good fight, brother. We have something huge, something that even the haters are going to want in the next while.
Ford Pinto.
It's a Ford Pinto, and it comes with flame decals, reverse flames from the back end. No, it's something big. It is something that I can't believe hasn't been thought of yet, and thank God, because we're going to bring it to the market first. And everybody is going to want to have one of these bodies. I will say it's going to be a detailed body, and it's going to be narrower, and that's all I'm going to say. So, if you think that the stuff from Shark Bodies works good, and if you don't like them and you've gone to a track, there's chances are you've probably gotten beaten by one. But you ain't seen nothing yet, because what's going on is big time. I also want to give the same shout out to Paul Peterson with his Shark Bodies on his dirt oval side. A lot of the guys in the Midwest over to the East Coast, they know all about these bodies. They love the bodies. They work just exceptionally well, considering that the other bodies in dirt oval for street stock and late model were bodies that had just been used for the last 30 years, over and over and over again. And he brought something new, like he did to drag racing with these bodies. So we love you, Paul. I'm sure I will hear some innuendos of some sort from Paul during the night.
I don't have anything to read anything comments off with.
Oh, here, just mute it.
I don't have Facebook, guys. Sorry.
No Facebook.
I'm being a good person.
Get in the now, Mom. This is the Sharpie that Emma painted the table with today.
I thought she colored the eggs that she was going to get you.
No. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to get our shout outs first, then we're going to go do some egging, and then we're going to We're going to talk about the DR10 Pro Spec class and the Pro Spec class, how we're going to run it, what things you can do. We're going to try and cover all the bases. So at the last minute, you can't say, hey, can I run silver steel nuts on my wheels on the right and aluminum red ones on the left? Yeah, you can do that. So we're going to go over all that stuff tonight. I don't want there to be any confusion. I don't want there to be any reason for any of my racers coming up, to get into an argument or a wow. That was good. Good job, Janelle. Janelle's here tonight, Ricky's wife. Hi, Janelle. She said if I put her on camera, she's going to throw something heavier at me. So I want to do that. I want to give a huge shout out to Troy Schroeder of Phantom. If you've bought these products, you know what we're talking about. He makes great motors, great battery packs. He makes some speed controls. He makes power supplies, charging leads, the hybrid ceramic bearings for the motors and shims and all kinds of really, really high-end motor tools and stuff like that. So if you're just getting into this or you're thinking about switching brands to try and find something faster, I'm telling you, go get yourself a motor from an Icon 2 from Troy Schroeder at Phantom, and you will not be sorry. So I want to give a big shout-out to Milo Carvalho at Flashpacks. If you don't have a flash pack and you're just getting into this, check out Milo or Flash Packs. That's what they look like. They're little red atom bombs, and they really, really work. This eliminates the low ripple when we're pulling all that power by launching the car hard. I'm glad I made the switch a while ago, and Milo took us on, and they really do. I can definitely tell the difference between the old manufacturer that I was using. So if you need a flash pack, you want to change to a better flash pack, check out Flash Packs. I want to give a shout out to Steve Negri of RCRI. RC Racing Innovations, chassis concepts, wheelie bars, really high-end stuff. I still run them. Ricky runs them. And from the...
I saw some interesting information on his website.
Yeah, I guess
he's coming out with a DR10 chassis and a SE 6.1 chassis.
So you hear that, you Associated guys?
Mid-motor and rear-motor guys.
There are some RCRI chassis stuff coming out for your rig, which, I'll tell you what, the Associated stuff's nice, even with the tub chassis, but man, it's the same reason why I wouldn't build a drag car years and years ago before I saw that Black Widow chassis, or a chassis that made it a race car and not just some plastic toy car, and that's kind of what the DR10s are. So this is going to be for you guys. It's going to be a really high quality kit if it's coming from RCRI. Keep an eye out for that. Whenever he drops a new product, he makes a bunch of them right off the way. So, catching up after that first line of products, and the orders keep coming in, that's a different story. Yeah. But, he'll probably make 50 or 100 of them right from the get-go, and they'll probably be available soon. So we'll have more of that next week of what's going on with that. I will look into that. So I want to give a shout-out to Jason at Raw Speed. Jason Snyder at Raw Speed. Jason just made a donation to the St. Jude's raffle, which was really awesome. We had another gentleman.
John Fullwider.
John, I was calling John Fullwider.
Yeah, he told me we butchered his name.
Oh, did we? I'm sorry, John.
Says Fullwider.
Oh, okay.
He explained it to me.
Okay.
So you guys haven't seen
Sounds
this
like
yet?
a lady killer to me.
I've had this sitting in my garage, and I think it's pretty cool.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm stoked. This is a gentleman, I guess, that reached out to Ricky and said, I want to...
He does the patinaed bodies, makes them look rusty and cool. So there's your first secret.
And he wanted to, I don't know, what could that be?
You ain't seen it yet.
He wanted to, and by the way, Paul Peterson.
His business is right here.
Okay. Paul Peterson has donated several bodies to the raffle. So for you guys that are coming out to race, not only will you be having a chance in the St. Jude's Children's Hospital raffle to win a shark body, but these aren't any shark bodies. These are the promo bodies. The bodies of all the banners that when Paul would put out the Cherry Bomb or the Plum Crazy and he had it wrapped. You guys remember the gray Boss Mustang when the Boss Mustang first came out? Those are the actual bodies that he used that he's raffling off.
Is he doing the Killer V too?
Yes. The Killer V will be there. I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. He's sending me a stack of bodies, so... but this guy does, regardless of what body he used, he does patina stuff, and his company is called Blue Gator RC Bodies. And this guy reached out to us and said, hey, I want to show you guys one of my patina bodies. I want to donate it to St. Jude's raffle. So as far as
That's something fancy.
yeah, that was
Still a boat.
15-year-old boat with a freedom
On
flag
the
on it.
middle. Oh, nice.
Oh.
I want to go to the boat. I want to go to the
Well,
lake.
yeah, wait till you see my skateboard. So anyway, this guy reached out to us. Said, I want to paint a patina body and what I do and donate it to the raffle. So thank you very much, Mr. Fullwider. We really appreciate it. Do we want to show that thing off?
You ready?
Yeah.
What the-
It is a... Oh, that really does look good. It looks like a rusty shit box. That's awesome,
It
dude.
looks like a barn find.
It looks-
Cuda.
Oh, dude, it's got a mismatched door.
Yeah. It looks
So-
like a real rusted
Like,
roof.
yeah.
I've been
No
sitting on
kidding.
this thing. I almost mounted it on one of my cars.
Dude,
So
that-
as you can
that
see-
feels like rust.
Yeah, it
What, so
feels-
what do we got here? Who makes this body again? I forget.
This is Proline.
It's a Proline Barracuda body, or Barracuda?
Yeah.
Okay, Proline Barracuda body. But I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like a real rusted old Barracuda.
Barn find.
I can't believe how real it looks, dude.
It looks like real rusted metal.
It really does. Look at the front bumper.
Oh yeah.
That is cool. So, Mr. Fullwider, I don't know how you do this, but man, it looks awesome.
I think the door just.
Yeah, the
Yes.
door. He's got a mismatched door on there. I think that looks really cool. So,
Is he on there?
Yeah,
This
it says
is-
it is rust.
this is a brand new body that's been patinaed out for the raffle. It doesn't have any holes drilled in it. It is a brand new body. It's just made to look like an old car. This body will be for raffle in the St. Jude's Children's Raffle up at the 707's Race Wars, September 5th. Be there or don't have a horse in the game. You know?
Horse in the race.
A horse in the race. Yeah, that thing, that just looks awesome. Maybe I'll send him one of my shark body. Well, maybe, which one would look good rusty like that?
Mustang.
No. The new one.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, all the bodies that Paul has out right now.
Peter?
Well, I was
Peter
thinking of his
Paul.
last name.
Peter Paul.
Peter Paul? Paul Peter?
Pollywog?
Out of all the body he's got there, newer, and you're never going to see a 2020 Mustang in 2020 that's all rusted out like that. But what's coming out might work good. So, Paul Peterman?
I was going to say something else, but I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah, I would do that. It's a children's show. Well, it's not a children's show. It's just kid friendly. Okay. I want to get to one last shout out.
Paul Paulson?
Oh, Peter.
This was a guy that got a hold of me. You guys, I throughout the week, I will have anywhere from 10 to 50 people simply saying, you know what, I'm not calling you to ask you any questions. I bet you get bombarded, 50 times a day, 100 times a day, which is true, I do. Even at work, I try and keep up. But he's one of the guys that was, just had a big heart, and he said, I'm not reaching out to you to ask you any questions or anything. I just wanted to say thanks a lot, man. I got into this, 6 months ago or 5 months ago, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I followed your guys' videos to a T, and I think, he just won a big race at one of his races. He lives over on the East Coast. So he wrote me this letter. It says, "Hey, brother, I hope this finds you well. I hope the family is well. I'm sending these patches as a huge thank you for the streams, the videos. And the help you offer. Before I stumbled onto your videos, I had no idea about RC drag racing. I'm having a blast with my RC drag car. Your videos have been helping me a lot. I have the smallest motor in my group, the 8.5. It's never going to get me number 1. With the tips and tricks I've learned from the streams, I was able to work my way up to number 5 already, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to more episodes from you and the guys. Keep up the awesome work. Stay safe and stay fast." Now, what means a lot to me is a lot of you know that follow us already that I work with law enforcement. My parents are both retired law enforcement. We all support law enforcement. We back the blue to the fullest. And this is actually from Deputy Remington Appeal, badge number 918. And for him to reach out and send me these, this really meant a lot. He sent me a Genevieve Sheriff patch. And then he sent me a St. When I
St.
got
Francis.
see, it's not St. Francis though, because my middle name is
Francois.
Francois. Okay, St.
That's the way I would
Francois
pronounce it.
County Sheriff Department patch. When you have this much family into law enforcement and you work with the guys all day long, I don't want to say a shrine because the word shrine sounds weird, but I have golden challenge coins from all kinds of different departments. I have patches and pictures and just things from my parents' original badge. you know, I just stuff that means a lot to me. I have both of my parents' badge numbers tattooed over my heart. And so for somebody to not only thank me so profusely and my teammates here so profusely, but to reach out and give me some patches from his department, that's just, words can't even describe that. So my hat is off to you. I want to say, like we always try and do, thank you to all the men and women in the blue and in the red that are fighting the fires, especially here in California. I don't know where you're coming from tonight watching me, but our state is once
Upside
again
down.
completely on fire. And yeah. So, and our governor's worried about Uber. So,
Well, the two fires merged into one that out in the West County.
So I heard from Cal Fire that if the fire jumps the river out there at Greenville, that all of
Sebastian's
Sebastopol
gonna be evacuated.
and basically West Santa Rosa, where I'm at, better be on edge. So
yeah.
Well, that's me too.
Well, you guys always gotta. Yo, what's up, Donald? You just went up.
my trailer is getting packed with all my RC shit,
Yeah.
main stuff.
You know, you guys. I mean, Randy, was it last year, or the year before? You guys got it
Last year.
Yeah, you and your old lady got
Got freaking ousted.
They got ousted out of their apartment because of evacuations, and they came down here and crashed. If you guys ever need anything, you guys are always welcome here.
We got evacuated for 10 minutes.
Oh, did you just burp?
Yeah.
That's definitely a beer burp, dude. Woo! Okay, so without
It's not
further
a Thai
ado,
burp.
Better
thank
tell
you,
me out there, right?
Remington. I keep having to read this because he's got an awesome name, Remington, but he's known on Facebook as Remy. So this really means a lot to me. Thank you to everybody who's reached out with the donation so far for St. Jude's. St. Jude's means just everything to me. So
Troy's got his package in the mail from Phantom. Which we're excited to
Phantom's,
see.
yeah, Phantom's making a contribution. Like I said, we got a bunch of stuff coming from Shark. We just got another one from Milo Carvalho from Cat Packs. Jason Snyder of Raw Speed. They just do tires, right?
Tires, bodies, buggy wheels.
They do bodies?
Yeah,
What kind of bodies?
buggy bodies.
Oh, okay. They're off-road then.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're actually talking, Randy. Janelle and I stopped at his shop on our way back from Vegas, and
Next
he
year,
wants us to design a body.
yeah, next year he's gonna start rolling on bodies too.
So
Okay.
Once they get fully into the new building and everything's
Yeah.
established and done, so there'll be no shortage of tires anymore.
this month, the 28th, he is moving into his new shop, and from there on, there will be no problem with supply of tires. And
For the foreseeable future.
I see why he's moving. That guy is producing a crap ton of tires out of a small little shop.
Okay.
And his machinery is unbelievable.
I had a thought, you guys, and something I want to do at our race that I've never seen done, except for like a huge, like 5 dom.
Okay,
Where's your
man.
mind?
5-day race is before the first race is raced. I want to hear the Star Spangled Banner. I want to play it over the speaker. I want everybody to, to love America and take our hats off for the, the firefighters and the police officers, the men and women in those areas. All the frontliners at the hospitals, like Janelle. Janelle's your nurse.
No,
Pharmacy.
I wish I got paid that much.
Oh, you were in the pharmacy?
Yeah. She's a
Awesome.
legal drug dealer.
Awesome! I didn't know that.
Legal drug dealer.
But yeah, I mean, it's had to have been chaotic so far. So, this is something that will go in my collection. This thing will, it means a lot to me. It really, really does. I know it means a lot to these guys. So, can you actually set this right up behind you? Thank you very much. So, without further ado, egging. Let's go. Janelle,
Emma!
Emma!
I can't hear.
Yeah, thank you.
We need lights.
4 of them in there.
Get your flashlight on.
I got him.
Where's the hot light? The hot lamp?
Oh God.
Here's
don't-
this one.
That's not
on,
on.
thank
God.
No, it feels like it is.
What do you need her for?
Just throw.
She's gonna throw eggs.
He got.
And Millie do it?
He got Paul here. I tried calling Dan during his work hours just to piss him off.
Oh, hey Janelle, can you give me the safety glasses up there on the?
Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna get hit in the face. Okay. Yeah, they're right there. Thank you.
All right.
She's got 4 eggs. That's what I got in here.
4 eggs.
Yay!
There's
Four kids?
I don't think that's a true egging.
You know, I need my flip flops because I want to go out in the rocks, so I don't have to clean the egg up. Let me get by you guys.
Where's the safety glasses?
Hey! You're on your live. Not rolling?
We're playing Office Man.
Okay.
He was saying that.
Okay, that's my bad. Good one, Uncle Dan.
Okay, spin it down.
Hey, the number 1 rule, don't get me on the truck, okay?
4 kids, 4 eggs.
Hey, it's a Ford. It's a piece of trash.
Oh,
Eddie, he'll see that later.
It's a Ford.
Okay, don't step on the thorns. Hold on.
Okay. Oh God.
Okay, come right up
Are
to the
you
corner.
throwing one too? Yeah.
So many of you good friends. Where's the camera?
It's right here.
there.
I got like 9 lights in my interrogation here.
You better put those glasses on.
License and registration.
Not too hard.
Emma,
4 eggs I get to throw you.
set the eggs down before you throw them so you don't dump them when you throw the one.
Here.
I can't see a damn thing. Hey,
Perfect. You don't need to see anything.
He doesn't need to see. It's okay.
Put that crate down.
Put the crate
Put the eggs down.
Emma,
You can stand up.
put the egg down.
That way you
Now
don't
back
drop them
up.
all.
Stand up.
Throw it out.
Make this
Ow, it's
count.
Get close so you can hit me, because I know how you throw.
She's gonna egg it. Oh.
Hold on, if it doesn't break,
Hard-boiled
If it
them.
doesn't break, you gotta eat it.
He hard-boiled
if it
them.
doesn't break, I get to throw it back, right?
Chase gets to throw it.
No, I don't want to get hurt.
No, she gets to throw it again.
Oh, another
They're
one.
hard-boiled.
Another one.
They're
I
hard-boiled.
don't think so.
Get him, Emma.
Make it count, Emma. Oh!
Just dump it on his head.
Oh, there's nothing in that one?
Hey, it's good for your hair.
Where's the camera?
It's right here.
You're bleeding.
Ew, you're gonna eat it? As you can see, I got the yolk. I'm yoked.
I ate it.
I'm a man of my word. I let my daughter egg me. I got 100 likes. So thanks, friends.
And by the way, you look like you're bleeding.
Oh, it was just the glasses that were blurry.
Here. Holy ass falling on my finger.
Ow! That's a big thorn.
I got one already stuck in my ear.
Oh, it's in my heel.
You're the manager officer. You're supposed to be at cafe. At Pendejo.
Okay, there's egg right there, guys. Watch out.
Where?
Okay.
Hey, I'm coming in.
Go for it.
Where's your hat? You're the manager. You're the manager.
Okay, there's nothing. Step up.
How do I do that?
Right there.
I stuck them in the freezer.
This is my garbage can now.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad you had fun, young lady.
That one was solid.
4 wasn't enough.
No. We should have all bombarded them.
What?
We should have had a plan.
Sure, if you wanna
It
give me
doesn't,
one.
it doesn't hurt, doesn't it? We just wham, 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 wham.
No more eggs.
No more!
For like a potato gun, put eggs in it.
I'll never eat an egg again in my life.
Oh my goodness.
So, the reason why I want to, after race wars, I want to build this. is
Are you the
because of
halftime
our
show,
ceremony.
Chase?
Chase, why don't you come in? Dan kind of shrunk. The eggs had a chemical reaction. And here he is.
Got to pan down though.
Wait, girl. Hold on. He's a little more quiet.
Now violent.
But he is more violent. So Chase got himself a cool little hat, got his name on there.
Thank you.
Do you feel special now?
Tell us about your car.
Chase got some new
orange
braces on the bottom.
Orange, pink, orange and pink.
Sunset colors.
That's
Just
right.
can't see
What
the
kind of
sunset.
car do you run? What kind of car do you run? That's not your car.
I know.
What chassis do you run?
RCRI.
Okay. What ESC do you run?
Okay.
Come on.
I did.
What's your shirt say?
He doesn't have one on.
Raiders. You wanted to be on our live feed.
Tekin.
Tekin what?
I don't know.
Brr.
Get the cue cards.
So Chase has a RCRI,
I see a
obviously. What kind of motor do you run? They picked you up. You gotta know.
I know you're
Come
the
on.
center of the show, bro.
Say it to the camera.
Tell them. We already know what you run.
And what do you like to do with your car?
Crash
Run
it.
it into curb.
Ride the crap.
Hey!
Hey, you're on live stream.
I know.
You must not be watching.
You like to ride the crap out of the curbs.
See? What did I
Drive
just
right
say?
by like mom.
And
But why do you do that?
yeah.
But why do you do that?
Because you tell me never lift.
Exactly. Never lift. You could hit that curb and it could be the exact line that you need to follow to win that race. But I will say in the last cash race on Sunday that we were at, he actually pedaled. I was surprised. Because this kid does not know how to pedal. It's all in or all out.
Because you don't. You said tennis. And I'm like, okay. You said don't lift. I'm like, okay. So
Well,
I didn't lift.
that was in
Cool
Sacramento.
story, bro.
I know, right?
So should I put the new ESC in your car or leave the one that's in there?
Digital 3 or
Digital 3 or RS Pro? You want to stay Tegan? Huh?
What's the guy's name?
Ty? Yeah, Ty's hooked. Ty's been great as far as Tegan support, and I like his product. Some of the other guys have had problems, but I think they are.
Trying to.
I think Ty and Jim Campbell at Tegan have really dialed in or dug into why there's been these failures with the ESCs, and I think they've come out with a pretty good conclusion of the reasons, and hopefully that is a step forward as far as ESCs. I will tell you, I do have an R1 in one car, and I run a Tegan in my other car, and I feel my Tegan is way faster. But at this point, the car is not as consistent as the car with the R1, so that's why I continue.
You've been jacked.
The Tegan product is a great product, 100%, and their customer support is by far, to me, better than any other company I've seen.
I've been replaced.
You shrunk. Honey, I shrunk the kids.
Oh, God.
What's up, Dan? What's up, bro? Don't choke on the Dr. Pepper there, buddy. How do you like that new hat? It's a team hat. It's pretty cool.
So he's always wanted to be in front of the camera, and as soon as we sat him here, you go quiet, like.
All right.
Like you, he takes after his dad. It took me, like 8 episodes to get you to start smiling?
Well, I'm reading the comments.
I'd have to tickle the inside of his leg under the table.
Did you
Oh.
upgrade the
Ask
wires?
Janelle about that.
Got a question for you, Ricky. Did you upgrade your wires to 10 gauge on the Digital 3?
Oh.
Yes, I did, and added one of these.
Great spot.
I did not do the motor side, only the battery. Honestly, I do 10 gauge on every speed control that I get.
Only on
And-
power in, not power out.
If it's a Hobby Wing or R1 where they're soldered to the boards, like Tegan shows up and there's no wires, I can put whatever I want on
That's
it.
how my first Digital 3 was. I don't know why, but I had.
I wish they'd set all
a
speed
year-old.
controls up like that.
The Digital 3s come wired now. Hobby Wing comes wired, so it's a little bit harder to get into that board and solder. But
And
Tegan,
I think we're rolling back around to having another speed control episode, especially since the fact that since we did the last one, I'm now running R1. You've jumped into some R1 stuff. Randy has jumped into R1 stuff. We've
Well,
all
no,
kind
I
of.
put my. Cause my other cars always had R1.
Randy's
The
been
backup
the
car.
original R1
It's always
guy.
had
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
This is the one that had the Hobby Wing that blew up, so then it got the R1 that was on the shelf.
So, but yeah, 10
But now
gauge
both cars
on
are.
anything that I can run it on.
All right, come on, kid.
He's getting jacked.
Out.
No, not at all. You can sit on my lap if you want.
I'm good.
Whatever, guys. Mickey, you sat on my lap twice last weekend.
I wasn't here. I was in Vegas.
Oh.
Before or after
Who
the
was that guy then?
Yeah, who
Oh
was that?
my.
Before or after the $5.
Okay.
Dude, just saying $5.
Oh, hey, Chase.
Chase?
You said it. I mean,
Chase.
John Fullwider, no problem, man.
Can you just take that over there? Thank you. Okay. So,
I will. Hey, John Fullwider, I still will. I'll take the body out of the box, take pictures, and send it to you. I have not forgotten.
I want to spend some time going over the two other classes. Obviously, our big class for Race Wars is going to be the Street Eliminator class, the Grudge Car class. So, what was that about? I was like, what is she
Janelle
trying to
sent me
say?
a message.
Oh.
She's communicating.
That's good. I'm glad you're communicating.
The
We're working on it.
Cheers to
The
that.
DR or the Pro Spec class. I don't know if you guys remember, but months ago we were going to run just a class called Pro Spec, and it was going to be a 12-turn Titan motor brush class. And then when the DR10 came out with the stock gearing, we're like, oh yeah, this thing's so slow, just run them together. Well, we had our first race, and at that first race, a couple of the guys had geared their DR10s differently, and the DR10s were a lot faster than the 12-turn cars. So what I want to do. What we've done is we've broke these two classes up. So we'll be running 3 classes at Race Wars. Street Eliminator will have a cash payout of any 80-20 between first and second place and a trophy for first, second, and third place. Pro Spec 12-turn will have a 80-20 payout for first and second place and a first, second, and third place trophy. Pro Spec DR10 class will have, again, a payout between first and second, 80-20, and a trophy for first, second, and third place. Now, what we want to do tonight is we want to go over those classes. After tonight, this is it's been locked down. We've changed a couple things here or there. I've actually added a little bit more now. But we've, out of all of this that we had to figure out for Race Wars, we still had this over here and this over here and these two things down here that we hadn't really solidly addressed. So that's what we're going to do tonight. First things first, I'm just going to rip the scab off. There will be house conditioning products for your tires at Race Wars. Now, what I'm going to say next is going to get half of you guys pissed off, but that's okay. We were going to do house sauce. So we have a table set up with a bunch of Trinity sauce, and everybody gets to use it. You sauce your car at the table. Well, what we're going to do is we've gone to baby wipes only. So when you bring your car back after a run, you've won your race, you're going to clean your tires with our baby wipes at our prep station table, and you can do it 3 times before your next round. We'll have plenty of wipes. We're going to supply the wipes for all the racers. Now, before anybody, that might not like this were to not like it, I need to give you a guarantee that my race service I've been at for over 3 years, other than baby wipes, you don't need anything, okay? Even on a 65-degree day, which we're not going to have on September 5th, it's going to be an 85 to 100-degree day. Baby wipes, as long as you get the dirt off there, the sun's going to do the rest. So what I do at the races, same thing I think these guys do. I run my car, I bring it back, I put it on the charger, I take the tires, all 4 of them, I clean them with baby wipes, I set the back end out in the sun, and every couple seconds or every couple minutes, I rotate the back tires to get them all warm. So when I walk up to the line, my tires are already at 100 degrees. I do one little burnout, and then I'm ready to go. And that's all you're going to need on our surface. We have a very, very good surface. You don't need any traction compound. I just want to eliminate it all. I want a level playing field for everybody showing up. And if you guys have a car that works and you're coming out, you guys won't need anything. You guys will have plenty of traction. I've had a lot of people invite us here, invite us there, and we got plenty of traction. We got a great service. We get out there and it's just a tire fest the whole time.
As long as we don't go around the corner up there, we're fine.
Yeah, we do not have a slurry seal. We have a slurry seal. We have an original asphalt surface that is porous, but not like rock porous, and it's very, very dialed. We will be conditioning the track as far as blowing it off every round, keeping debris and stuff out. We'll probably be there the night before.
And if you guys watched Vegas, the race that I won, I didn't use anything but baby wipes.
Baby wipes is all you need. A true no prep car. Now, granted, I'm not saying that like in a new no prep world with a real NPR COG rules that, you know, like tire conditioner, like the Buggy Grip from Trinity or the ProTech Red, you can use that stuff. Will it make the tires a little bit softer? Possibly, depending on what tires you're using. The tires we use doesn't really make a difference. They're soft tires. You don't have to run a super soft at our. We usually run. This is a big one for everybody. I'm going to give this away. Clay tires work great. Clay tires work awesome on our surface, okay? So everything's going to be baby wipe clean. We're going to provide the baby wipes. We'll have a station, a table just for doing it. Please be kind and courteous of the next one in line and the one that's in front of you. And when you're there, you know, cleaning your tires at the table, please, you know, be courteous of other people wanting to get into.
Put your trash in the trash can.
And yeah, please. Trash goes in the trash can.
That's the quickest way to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to keep this really, really cool. This is at the same spot we do our list racing at, and we actually lost the list racing, and it was worked into because we didn't want to lose Race Wars. One last hurrah at this place, and so thank you, Gabe. Everybody say thank you, Gabe. Gabe Abrams.
Gabe.
We'll be able to race there one last time, and that's going to be for Race Wars because he knew how invested it was, and we had so many people coming from you know far around to race it, and it would have been really, really crappy to have to call it off. So we're not. We're in full effect. We are cock lock and ready to rock. So as far as the classes, tell me, Randy, what are some of the basics that I need to run a DR10 class?
The box stock thing, DR10 class, or
There's box stock.
DR10 that's out of the
DR10
box.
class. Prospect DR10.
Right there.
Okay.
DR10 out of the box.
What are the things you can change on it?
The tires and the pinion gear or spur gear.
Gears.
Yeah, gears.
Outer gears. You can run,
The stock wheelie bar.
or you can run a 10-inch or an 8-inch. We're not going to be
Are we
checking
talking
that.
about the stock DR10 or the modded DR10?
Ooh.
Then we have
This one's bone stock.
bone stock. This one's upgraded.
Technically, these could run together. It's on the same electronics. It's got the same radio. And we'll get into that in a minute. So the big things you could change, guys, were the gears for the class. You can go to any external gears you want, pinion and spur. You can change it to whatever rear tires. You have to have the stock front tires on it. Whatever rear tires you want. You can run whatever wheelie bar you want. You can run whatever body you want. But this thing is going to be rigorously inspected through tech. That is a stock DR10. The stock DR10, other than the tires, the gears, the wheelie bar, and the body, it has to be a stock DR10. We're talking radio. We're talking motor and speed control, servo, everything. The radio is the big one. The radio, we will be also checking for people running TSM. There's no TSM, or is that what's called TSM?
Something like that.
Yeah, something.
Not exactly.
No gyro. It comes with a factory gyro. Even the one I had, I was like, dude, this sucks, and I turned it off. So I don't know why you want to use it. But the DR10, if you want to run, you just change the gears and run it bone stock. That's fine. If you want to change these to Pro Lines or excuse me, hotties, you want to change the gearing to something totally different. You want to put a 10-inch bar on the back. You want to put a shark body on it or a Pro Line body on it. That's fine. But other than that, it has to be stock, guys. So you know we've tried to say that from the get-go. We've made a couple of changes. I think we added the bar thing last time because people asked us. So we didn't even think about that. Well, now we have. We've thought about everything. So other than that, that is what the Prospect DR10 class. That's what you're racing for the trophy and the money for. I think it's going to be a really interesting class because once you gear these cars, they still, even when they're going a lot faster than the stock stuff, they're still very competitive. You know. Hand us a radio right behind your.
The one to the right. That one. And the one to the
This
left.
is the stock DR. Hold on. This is the stock DR10 radio, guys. This has to be in the car. This is what you need to walk up to tech with. So.
I just want to show the power difference once we get
Okay.
to that.
There is a really, really easy way for us to tell if the gyro's on or not. And I don't want to have to, right there at tech, hold up 85 other guys that are waiting to race because I got to open your box up and help you turn the gyro off. So go back in your speed control, ask a friend or a fellow racer, go online, figure out before the race if you're going to run the Prospect DR10 class at 707's Race Wars, figure out how to turn it off first, because if it's on, the car's not going to run down the track. Okay. There's just, you know, like, what's my old saying? If I beat Randy and I'm using a gyro, did I really beat him? So there's absolutely no gyros in the cars allowed. So, let me turn this one on too.
Cam?
Okay. This one.
Is it on? Or radio on?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
That thing's really slow. Is something unplugged? Because the light's going.
There you go.
It's got no forward though.
Do a throttle reset.
Both same time?
Yep. Neutral first. Okay. Let go of the button. Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button.
No, it's gonna go off the table.
Why is it on reverse? Oh, that's why.
Did it get switched? Okay, we gotta do it again?
No.
We should though.
Let go of the button.
Huh?
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
Quit it.
Good? That's it?
That's it.
There's more reverse than anything.
No, what I think you need to do is swap two
Here,
wires
oh.
in the speed controller and reverse that, because it sounds like you got more power in reverse
Hold
than
on.
you do in...
I might have it turned down for Noe.
You two turn it
Yeah, so you might want to look in that.
Whoa!
Okay, so this is a stock DR10 with the stock gearing
Yep.
and
Bone
everything.
stock.
This is how much power it has. Okay, now this is one with the gear change.
Oh, almost knocked the ginger ale over.
It's twice the car. So, if you want to come to Race Wars and you're planning on running the DR10 class and you got stock gears, start asking around now, man. You got 3 weeks, gear that thing up, gear it differently. Everybody's got one, everybody's doing it. It's going to be fun. All the cool kids are doing it. And figure out what the gear ratio is, because you can make, this car will not hold a candle to that car. That car's going to just gap it, and I'm going to be at 30 feet. So, figure out your gearing on your DR10, guys. Remember, tires, gears, bars, body. Tires, gears, bars, body. That's the only thing you can change on the car. Huh?
See that? Watch the cog.
Yeah, but it's not under a load.
Remember before it was like,
Yeah, we'll run it later tonight.
that was
Because a lot of the cog comes from the tall gears with the weight of the car. So it might not cog when you're holding it up in the air, you know?
Yep.
So let's go
But
run
that
it
made
now.
a difference,
Okay.
for sure.
So here's another thing. If you're running DR10 class, this is another thing. So other than the tires, the gears, the bar, and the body, if people want to add a cat pack to the existing stock electronics, stock servo, stock receiver, no gyro, stock radio, stock motor, stock speed control, but you want to add a cat pack to the speed control, that's okay. Okay? So, funny question. We were talking about it tonight. There's always going to be one of those guys that maybe he bought a DR10 from one guy and the guy had stripped it and there was nothing in it, and then at the last minute he wants to show up and he's got a 12 turn and the Traxxas XL5, XL5 speed control on it. Can he run the DR10 car in the 12 turn class as long as he's got those Traxxas? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're running a DR10 in the 12 turn class, with the 12 turn and the XL5 Traxxas speed control, then you can have whatever you want as far as servo and radio and stuff. But if you're running the DR10 class, you have to have the stock radio in the thing. So,
And it will be checked to tech.
it will be checked to tech. So, tell us, Randy, how different are these cars from yours? I don't want.
Than this currently?
Let me reframe that. Before you changed the chassis, you were running basically that chassis, right?
Yeah, it's that chassis.
Okay, it's basically the DR10 chassis. Before it was the DR10, it was considered a
Pro SC10.
Pro SC10 chassis. So, other than the chassis that you handmade for it, what are some of the biggest differences?
Not really much other than the wheelie bar and electronics. Other than that, because when I built this originally, I bought another set of front shocks put front shocks all the way around
Okay.
to bring the rear down to get it closer to the front. So it's more like a car instead of like a truck, all jacked up in the back. I put B5 arms on it all the way around. I did B5 arms and stuff.
And I will tell you guys, Randy's car is very competitive. So once you ditch the electronics and you put the steel idler gear in it, and you put a long set of 10 bars on it, some good tires and some good aero, you got Randy's car. Well, not anymore because Randy homemade a chassis. Show the chassis off again.
Switch
The
it.
Aero one. Ooh, the Diamondback. That's a good name for it. The Diamondback. You can't go wrong with it. With a car part that can be named as a snake name. Cobra. Rattlesnake. Python. Starting to catch my drift there, John?
Randy Rhodes special.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I did too.
You should have seen we were walking down the strip in Vegas last week, and dude's got a snake around his neck.
Oh hell no!
All of a sudden, it was like, where'd Janelle go? And she's sprinting down the strip. 115-degree weather, and she's sprinting down the strip. We're like, where the hell
She
is she
said,
going?
"Oh, hell no. I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on my motherfucking plane." So, Ricky, I want to run a DR10 at Race Wars. What are some of the things I can change on it?
Bars, your gears, your tires,
Your body.
the body,
And a cat pack.
and you can add a cat pack.
And you can add a cat pack. So,
Alfredo, no, we don't have. There is no weight limit.
Is that
on the-
Alfredo Long Talk? I met that guy in Vegas. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, no-
He's running a DR10.
no weight limits on any of our cars. If your car weighs 3.9, it races. If your car weighs 7 pounds, it races. I don't care about how much
If you want a 6-foot wang off the back of your car, go
That's
for
cool,
it.
man. As long as you have a short course truck based body, wheel-based body that's made for this scale of car, and it's covering all 4 wheels, so no buggy bodies, no rat rod bodies. You can do whatever you want. Canards, folds. You can cut the windows out. I don't care.
You can drill more than 4 half-inch holes.
Yeah. Yeah, more than 4 half-inch holes. Wow. And it can weigh more than 4.54 pounds.
And no tire prep, though.
Yeah, no tire prep. Remember, guys, we're running baby wipes only at Race Wars. I'll post it on the page this week so everybody and their mom knows. Even me telling you and guaranteeing you that you'll have plenty of traction out there. I know there's going to be a couple guys that are still like, oh man, I usually run this stuff. Now I can't run it. I got to run baby wipes.
A couple hours in the morning.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm giving you guys 4 hours of practice before the race. You guys are going to have plenty of time to dial your cars in. Our surface is amazing. So,
The surfaces that I've traveled to and raced on don't compare to our surface.
yeah.
You think your cars are hooking on that surface that we've been to?
Yeah.
You're going to come to our car or our strip, and your car might do a backflip.
Now that I have my tires figured out, because the only away race I've done in the last couple months was in SAC, and I lost a couple races there. I'm hoping that every single guy that took a W from me in Sacramento shows up to Race Wars, because now I got my tires figured out, and we're going to be on a really good surface instead of that gravel pit. So bring your cars, bring your smiles. We're going to have some fun. I want to do some grudge racing afterward. I might have to take a little break after the event is over and, clean some stuff up, get some, like my parents, get them out of there and stuff. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. I don't care if we stay there till midnight, I'm racing. So, that'll be fun. Let's get over here to Stinky Pinky real quick, and let's cover the other class, the Pro Spec 12-turn class. So this is Emma's car, and this started life as just a bone stock wheel barrel LCG blue chassis slash. It was just a slash. And I had this wild idea at the beginning of the year. Let's throw a 5-turn in it and see if she can handle it. And she actually, I will admit, my 7-year-old did a great pass, but then at the end, she hit the brakes too hard.
Let out.
The faster the car goes, the easier you got to be on the brakes. Because if you're doing 60 plus at the end of the strip, and you just lock the brakes up, it's going to twist around backward. What it did is it twisted around about 1/3 of 360 and then rolled. And all she knows that if, Daddy taught her that if the car's going somewhere she doesn't want, hit the brakes. Well, she hit the brakes, the car was ready for reverse, and when she spun it, it reversed right into a wall. So I was like, okay, this is moving a little fast for her. So that was right about the time that the 12-turn Pro Spec class was born. I said, because she was doing a Valenian very well, but there was no other class to run it in, and it wasn't fast enough for her to go out and compete. So she just sat there on race day and wanted a class where she could compete. So I built this around the kids, but anybody can race it. It's a really fun class because the cars are, the race takes a long time. So you're like, oh, is it? Oh my God! It's not just over, you know. And they're very, 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 you know, this car, that car, this car, that car, and it's really, really neck and neck. So, without further ado,
Oh, hello.
I was hoping that was like Sean with his.
no.
Nice.
Carbon
I
exhaust
thought
on
it
it.
was a Chevy too. So this
Sounded
is
like a dumpster on fire rolling down the road.
you
Like
did,
a
huh?
Mustang.
He had those
Sounded like
Chevy
a
Mustang
Oh,
exhaust.
yeah, okay, that's what it was.
Must have had a Ford motor in
this
it.
is this is
Gargling
her
marbles.
this is her stock slash. Again, this car was built a little overboard because we tried to get her into a XR10 Pro 5-turn setup. So it's got a Pro Line tranny in it. It's got an aftermarket chassis. It's an Extreme chassis.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah.
Extreme G10.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that would have come out like this.
Yeah.
Everybody breaks, but it has
I
already
shaved
been
it.
broken. And yeah.
No, I cut it right out of the box.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a chassis I got from Ricky when we were ready to make my daughter go faster, and it just wasn't for her. So I've actually taken the bars off. Remember, in DR10, which I don't recommend, Pro Spec, and 12-turn Pro Spec, you don't have to run the wheelie bars. And being that these cars aren't relying on the wheelie bars to pull a straight run, I took them off. I mean, it's an extra bunch of grammage that I didn't need on the car. So this is the XL5 speed control that you need to have in the 12-turn class. Just about everybody knows this. It's just the run-of-the-mill $25, $30 speed control that Traxxas sells for their brushed line. You want to grab one of those motors up there real quick, please? Thank you. So this car can have any modification, any radio, you know, anything that has to do with OG NPRC rules, meaning that it just has to have all 4 rubber tires. The body's got to cover all 4 tires. It has to be short course, has to have all 4 shocks, has to be 2S, and no gyro. So that's pretty much all this car has to have. You can run whatever servo, receiver, radio, suspension, transmission, as long as the shocks are running and it's not a direct drive or a belt-driven transmission. It has to be an actual geared transmission. I like just to say, you know, 3 to 5 gear because that covers everything out there. If somebody were to show up with a low C or something funny, it can be mid-motor. I don't care if it's mid-motor, but it has to run this right here. And this is the 12-turn Titan motor. For those of you who don't know, this is just a $20 motor, just about anywhere. They're really easy to get a hold of. It's a brushed motor. It's a Mabachi 540 design. It's a closed end belt. You can't make any modifications to this, and this is what you need to run in 12-turn. Randy here just handed me the same speed control that's in here. This is Emma's backup. This is an XL5. It's the same speed control. Again, they're not very. I think I got the whole setup for like $80, or maybe less than
I
that.
think it's 40-20.
Yeah, something like that. So, again, the 12-turn Pro Spec class, any car, any electronics, but it has to have this speed control and that motor, and you run as long as it abides by the rules that have already been set forth for years and years and years for the actual chassis design and stuff. Which is, as long as it's 13-ish wheelbase, it's a short course truck wheelbase. I don't care if it's a low C or an Arma or a I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's mid-motor or rear motor. I don't care if you got bars or no bars. I don't care if you got a cheap radio out of a DR10 running it or you got an $800 radio running it. I don't care. So another thing you can do is just like the DR10 Pro Spec class, you can add a cat pack to this if you want to. I started doing it. I didn't really see much difference. So, but you can if you want. Now, same thing goes as the DR10 class. What if somebody had a slash laying around and they didn't have a motor or speed control, they wanted to come run with us, and they found a deal for $40 for somebody's takeout DR10 stuff? You can run this car with the DR10 stuff. Or should we not do that?
I think it's just DR10.
Yeah, okay.
DR10
yeah,
is DR10.
Okay. So in the DR10, you can take a DR10 and put a 12-turn and an XL5 and run the 12-turn class with it. But you can't do that to this because it's so modified over what a DR10 is that it's just not
we're already
fair.
limiting to stock servos.
Yeah.
stock tires,
So that's pretty much it, guys. You can't run this car in the DR10 class, but you can run a DR10 in this class if the DR10 speed control and motor have been taken out and this stuff has put in. Now, hold on. One last thing that we talked about. If you have a DR10 and you want to run 12 turn with it, and you have this motor and speed control, and it's legal, that's fine with us. The DR10 rules in the DR10 class of having to have the stock receiver and stock radio go right out the window. Because this is a slow spec class with a brushed motor, but other than that, the chassis is open. So you can run a $100 Savox servo, you can run a $12 Traxxas servo, I don't care. So, you know, that's pretty much it, you know. And it kind of sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, this is just an NPRC car, it has to have that speed control and that motor. That's it, you know. So is there anything else you guys want to add to this? Well, I think there's cracks right there, right where those holes are. Yeah, I might want to dip a little glue on that.
Just put a screw right into the bulkhead.
Yeah, or
So
that,
put
yeah.
those holes.
Is there holes in the bulkhead already?
No.
I'll just sink a bit through it.
8 inch.
Wood screw will fix.
Gorilla glue.
My daughter.
Drywall screw.
Yeah, right? Some drywall screws. Contact B.
I've seen butt connectors on RC cars, so why not?
Right?
Drywall screws?
Yeah, all the butt connectors. Emma's done very good. The first time we ran this, she actually won first place for the day. Won a little trophy. It melted her heart. It melted my heart as a father. She was so happy. Next race day out, I think she was in the finals with another little girl, and the other little girl took it. But it's just a really fun class. If you ever wanted a class that was slowed down in spec to run cars
Just
really,
an A to
really.
B class.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect class for Tim Smith. I think this would just be perfect for him, dude. You know, because the car's going to always go straight. He doesn't have to worry about that, and he can take all the pictures he wants of it. So, anyway, yeah, this is a cool class, guys. I hope to see a lot. I think we're going to have a fleet of these guys out there. I think there's going to be 20 of these cars racing. There's going to be probably 20 or 30 DR10s, maybe more. And that's going to be really cool, and there'll be trophies and money to win in that. Now, I can't remember. Did we say 20 or 25 was the entry here for these?
25.
Was it 25? Okay. So 25. Now we're going to do a buyback in the second round for these classes.
First and second round.
What do you mean? Oh, so if they lose the first round, they can go to the second. If they lose the second, they can go to third. Okay. And is that going to be a $50?
No, because this is only 25.
25
starting.
buttons.
You're right, but if you have a cheap buyback and it goes on, then anybody in their right mind is just going to keep paying it.
Well,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
car just gets that much
They
bigger.
only
Yeah,
get
you're
to-
right. You're right. Okay.
They only get first,
Okay,
second round.
so DR10 Pro Spec, 12-turn Titan Pro Spec. The buy-in's $25 for the pot, and $25 buyback first and second rounds. So what does that mean? That means if you go out with this car and me and Ricky are racing, and I lose the first round, I can pay another $25 and line up against somebody else in the second round. I go to the second round, and I'm racing against Randy, and Randy beats me, and I lose again. I can get to the third round by paying an additional $25. So there's 2 buybacks in these classes, guys. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that, you know.
That happened to me Sunday. Randy was there, and
You bought back?
first round I went out. I hit center line, took my loss, went over, paid the money to get back in, and I ended up winning the whole event.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I had to race Randy.
So remember that. If you guys show up to Race Wars, don't just go, you know what, it was probably just that one thing, but just screw it. I don't want to buy back. The buyback can't pay off, and he's living proof of it. He went out first round. I know. I built the Ghost. I'd run hundreds and hundreds of passes on the Ghost. When that Ghost goes towards that center line, it's almost impossible to bring her back. She's like a bullet.
Vegas.
You know? She's like a bullet. So if I shoot a gun,
Right.
and that bullet's going, I can't reach my hand out and go this way a little bit more. It just ain't going to happen. That bullet's going straight. And that's kind of what happens when she sets herself off. That's why that wheelie bar is so important. So if you guys get there, don't get discouraged. There is a buyback that will be available for you guys to advance.
Even on the street eliminator class.
Even on the street eliminator class. But the street eliminator class is only round 1.
Yep, $50.
$50 to buy back.
And that $50 doesn't go into the pot. It goes straight to St. Jude's.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that there's going to be a lot of. I mean, this is a big race, and especially the guys that are coming from far away, they're going to want to buy back.
Oh, yeah.
Which just means the pot for St. Jude's goes bum 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 bum. And I'm hoping that we. What my plan is find out the best avenue in the next week or so, because it's changed. St. Jude's has changed a little bit, and to get that to them, and I want to do a live stream. You know what I'm saying of that process. But it's going to be really cool. I think that, for a bunch of guys and gals getting together at an RC race and raising, whether it's $500 or $5,000, I mean, anything, it's our $500, and Joe Jimbo in Kansas is $500, and all over the country that keeps this place going, because I think you guys have said this before, I have a 7-year-old little girl. He's got some younger children, and no 7-year-old kid should have to worry about whether or not they're going to make it to their next birthday because they have leukemia or they have a brain tumor. Or so this is probably the best place. And I've done a lot of this too. A lot of the places out there that you can contribute to, like the Red Cross, the Salvation Army. There's a huge portion of your donation that does not go towards that. Like, I know for a fact the Salvation Army only like 26%.
Red Cross is big for that.
Yeah, like 26% of your donation. If you do $100, only 26% is actually going for the cause.
The rest is going to their paycheck.
St. Jude's absolutely donates every penny to the hospital. So,
And it's not only it's not only the kids, but if the family, like let's say one of my kids,
yeah,
we couldn't afford the medical care. They take us on. They provide housing. They provide everything,
yeah,
and it's no cost out of our pocket. So,
and yeah, it's just a wonderful thing. I mean, by the grace of God, we've been given children that have both eyes that work, and they have a clean bill of health, and they have 10 fingers and 10 toes, and that's not always the case sometimes. And my heart goes out to somebody whose child is so young in their childhood to have some horrible disease or something. And that's what none of this stuff matters. These are just toys. So it's going to be a good thing. That's why we're doing it. I don't want to bum anybody out, because if I keep going, I'll start crying. I don't want to do that. It's a really, really good place. I think anybody who's anybody knows what St. Jude's is and what they offer for these families and children. So that's what the drive's for. That's what all the donations are for. And if you decide to donate anything, when it goes out and it gets donated or it gets raffled off at Race Wars, that's where your money's going, 100%. It's all going there. All the buybacks are all going to St. Jude's. I'm hoping to have just this big old wad of money that we can, turn into a big check and give them on behalf of 707 Streetcars and the NPRC community. All the men and women out there who follow us and come to this race just like you guys. So, is there anything else you guys want to add? Any questions?
We got questions. Jason, we won't talk about NorCal's race surface. That's a whole nother
Topic?
shoot.
Jason's a little
Shoot, yeah.
Do you need to,
Jason, you talking about like wiring off, like you're running dual batteries for teeing in a flash pack, or I don't quite understand what you mean by. It says, any thoughts on running a flash pack with in and out wires so you don't have to tap into the wires like we do now? So I don't know if he's talking about like a Y, like you run dual batteries, so you have one that plugs your flash back in and it goes straight to your...
Yeah, rather than
like it's
solder
not
it
really a
hard,
Y,
you
but
can use a connector.
I think that's more resistance.
It is, and that is the whole opposite of what you're trying to achieve with the cat pack. So as much as it takes some skill to solder, as much as it's a lot easier to maybe have somebody solder in a plug, so if you want to change it or take it out or whatever, you can. But I'm telling you guys, that you guys want to use a flash or any kind of cat pack, even not a flash pack, the two ways that you're going to get optimum performance out of it is, number one, don't use connectors, and number two, solder it as close to the speed control as humanly possible. Whoa, that was a look. I think she just looked into my freaking soul.
she almost got flashbacked.
I was going to throw a flashback.
No, don't do that.
We use tire warmers
That
at
would
Race
hurt.
Wars.
Huh?
Tire warmers at Race Wars.
Yeah, if you want to...
If you want to run them, run them.
Yeah, if you want to run tire warmers, that's fine, but I'm telling you guys aren't going to need them.
It's gonna be hot.
If you
Jason,
show up,
that was Jason asking. Jason's running.
if you show up with sticky tires, we ain't having it.
We ain't having it.
No
It ain't
sticky
going down.
business.
There ain't going to be no cheating going down at this race. So, what I want to get over to real quick is we're going to have some, I've said it before, I'll say it again, we're going to have some tables for the out-of-towners. What I mean by out-of-towners, it doesn't mean that you came from Roseville, California, or Sacramento, California, or you came from Bakersfield, California, or
Out of
Shasta
state.
County, and you're going to use
You
one of these
drove.
tables. If you drove there, you're a local guy, or you drove to our race, please bring your own stuff to run your, whether it's 2 extra 12-volt batteries to run your charger, or you have a generator. We're going to allow generators at the race. Bring your own. Be self-sufficient with power, because the power that we are going to have on tap is going to be limited. And the first people in line for this power in these tables is going to be the people that flew in, that have nothing, that if we didn't have those tables for, they'd have no way to charge their batteries, and they'd be pitting on the ground. And that ain't happening. Even if we run out of pit tables, I'll set 2 people up on the tailgate of my brand new pickup. I don't care. We'll find a way to do it. But if you're driving to Race Wars, if you're a local guy, don't think that, oh, they're going to have power there, I don't even need to bring mine. No, bring yours, because that's for people that are flying in. Other than that, we're going to have food there.
Oh, we got Reno, Nevada is going to come. Vegas is coming.
Cool. Right on.
Plan on coming from Chicago.
I know some people are coming from Texas, maybe Hawaii.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
well,
is
yeah,
going
I know
to
we got
be...
Pacific Northwest guys coming.
See, because here's the thing. At some of the biggest races I've seen, what, 40 to 60 entries or whatever?
42, I think, was the biggest in Vegas.
But what people are not remembering is our base that comes out to just race our list race every month that live here is more than 42 people. So we're going to have more people than Vegas had just by the people that live here. Plus we have people coming in from like 17 different states. So I'm hoping to see 100 people, which is a $10,000 pot. Can you imagine going out for an RC car race and coming home? Well, it's 80-20, so going home with $8,000 for first place. That's what you guys are running for. So,
and I do want to say, for the 707 guys that live here locally, any preparation you guys feel you need to do on your cars, my garage is always open.
Yeah.
I'm not on Facebook currently, but Messenger, you have my phone number, whatever, get a hold of me. And
or anybody, if anybody's got a question, even if somebody's coming out of state that we've never met before, and he's got a question of, hey, how do you guys do this over there? Because I want to make sure I get that part of my car right before I come out. I'm going to help you. I want everybody to have every avenue of help to make their cars go just freaking so fast that we just have an amazing day. We have a record-setting day. I want to have just people go, dude, that race in Cali was, excuse my language, but fucking nuts. I mean, oh my God, those guys were fast. The guys that came out were fast, and man, did we have a blast. There was feud, there was music, Dan was on the mic, and it's just it's gonna be an awesome time. So,
anybody needs help.
Yeah. What else didn't we cover? So, we're gonna be running one of these in the future. I think we're gonna change to a light system like Ricky's got. The only problem with the light system, even though it is a lot more. It's a lot more.
You hear that, Ford?
Yeah, that was a power
Kicking
stroke,
away.
baby. That thing would drag your
Clicking
shit
in.
down the street. It is shit. What the fuck was I saying?
Kid show.
Huh?
The light system.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I talk like a potty mouth. Once I do one swear word, the door's open. They're all coming out. You know.
We need a jar here.
We do.
What
Every
day?
time you swear.
Nick
I'm
Hill,
screwed.
Ricky Nick Hill wants to know what day and time does the garage open?
Anytime, Nick.
Oh.
I met Nick in Vegas. He's a cool dude. He supplied the generator for my light system.
Nice.
We did a little work on his car. Some little advice here and there. He was having some issues.
Maybe I should bring the trailer for more pit space.
I think it was the body itself was providing too much downforce, and his car would unload. So I told him, raise your wheelie bar up,
C7
get the
body.
front end up, and he started making some passes.
Good.
So,
Good.
Anytime, Nick.
Here's how we're gonna run the race wars. So we've used people's really fancy trees in the past, and they weren't very reliable. So when Ricky got his, I was like, let's try it out. Well, his is much, much more reliable than anyone we ever run. Okay. However, it has sensors on it and stuff that we don't have replacements for yet. So if we were to run half of Race Wars and some guy got off, went over to the center line and shattered one of Ricky's
Tony
sensors.
Tony Cortez.
Yeah.
Are you watching, Tony? Luckily, there was a 15-pound brick on the finish.
But if something were to happen in the timing system, the one no you don't want to do in a big race, especially when there's cash involved, is have to change the starting system out to a different kind of system altogether. Midway through the race, it's going to cause hurt feelings. It might not, but some people might get pissed off it. So here's what we're going to do. The only reason why we're going to use this is A, because it's really easy and it works good and it's fast, but it's reliable, and we have 3 of them. So what this is going to do.
Well, if you take that out,
Lock
you're
and
going to
loaded.
do something really wrong.
So this is going to be right at the starting line, or a couple feet out from the starting line, right in the center lane.
Boop, boop,
And I
boop.
say, drivers, go on the light.
I'm about to say the light doesn't
And that's
work.
what's going to happen. So
Wrong button.
it's really, really good. And here's the thing is the one thing I don't like about the big Christmas trees, as cool and fancy as they are, this is important, is people don't understand when you have a big tree, you're looking up at it. And when the light turns green, you have to either hit the trigger and then look at your car, or wait to hit the trigger to look at your car. This is right down there at the same place on the ground right next to your car. So in your peripheral vision, you can just look at your car when that light turns green goes. And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, the cars leave so hard when we race where we race. Is because this is right next to the car. So it's almost like sitting in a real car. When you're in a real car, you're big enough that Christmas tree is right there in your face. Well, you got this little thing down low. It's right next to the car. Not this close. I mean, we have 8-foot wide lanes. But it's very, very easy. So this is what we're using at Race Wars, guys. This is what's going to propel the cars down. I'll be doing the clicking and the announcing. Again, Ricky and Gabe will be running tech. I'll have Ricky's lovely wife helping with the computer and figure out all the races. We have some other stuff we'll maybe have Jamie do, because she's a smart gal and I want her to be in charge of doing some stuff that I don't want any mistakes on, and I know she's the gal for me. So we've got a lot of people willing to help out with the race, and it's going to take that help because this is going to be a big event. So I'm hoping and I'm expecting this to be the largest turnout, biggest pot, funnest time that's ever happened in NPRBC racing. That's my goal. So with that being said, Randy, if we can get back into any questions.
Still
Yeah,
talking
raw
about the cat pack.
speed.
Still talking about the cat pack thing. Wire it from the ESC to cat pack, and from the cat pack to the battery. Wiring it through cat pack.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I need to
Speak
see.
slower.
You want to
Well, that's
solder
not-
the cat pack to the battery wires
No, I
and the
don't think
speed
it's.
control.
I don't think it's soldering.
Screwing?
I
What
don't
is
know.
it?
What's
Say it again.
Who is it?
Jason?
Is it David? He's a good guy. I want to get David on the show one of these days.
David is the first person to jump in when someone is needing help.
Yep.
He's the go-to.
100%.
Go.
And sometimes
He's
the
pit
way he
master.
stands there all day, he's a very quiet guy, and you don't think that would come out of him, but I've seen that guy completely change his attitude in a split second, already knowing what needs to happen, and just making it freaking happen.
Got a question
Um,
from Tess-
He did that for me in
Tuscaloosa,
Vegas.
He did that for me in Santa Rosa, yeah. Gonna buy you around? Oh,
Yeah, double upper.
Okay.
We're using a flashback. Should the hot wire arc when plugged in?
What?
Coming from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
No, sometimes you will get an arc when you plug the battery, and that's okay. What you guys need to remember, especially in a day that you're going to run multiple times, when you're done running your car, you come back to your pit, you disconnect the battery, whether it's via connector or bullets, and take them out of the battery so the battery's no longer, then turn the speed control on one more time. The cap pack, I just heard it.
Yep.
The cap pack holds electricity.
We'll
And-
show him with this one. This one works
What'll
really well.
happen is once he turns it off and takes the battery out of the equation, this has still got electricity in it. The cap pack's still holding juice. So when he turns it back on, you're going to see that speed control actually power up for a split second and get rid of that energy.
Can you see the green light flashing? All right, so I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to unplug the battery. Power's out. Now watch. ESC turns on and the fan
Turns on
runs.
again. That's the power in the cap pack. So what is the equivalent of that? When you are doing an alternator or a starter on a real car and you disconnect the battery, you always want to either take the positive lead and ground it out for a minute or two, or take the headlights and turn them on for 5 minutes to get all the energy that's in any capacitors of the ECU in the car totally dead, so there's no electricity in the car to do your work. So same kind of thing. You don't want to have that thing energized up and throw a brand new pack and hook it up. You're going to get a bigger arc. So that's number one thing to eliminate arcing. I've even seen it once or twice by the same guy. Actually, it was twice. Not do that, and he popped 2 cap packs in a row. He took a battery out. He was running the car hard. Cap pack was still charged. Put a new battery in. Plugged it in. The second he plugged it in, it went boom. So always discharge your cap packs after you've disconnected the batteries, guys.
I had a stock Hobbywing cap blow.
And
Right
they
after
go
I
off
set a
like
body
yeah,
on
they
it.
go off like a Piccolo Pete too. Anything else?
No.
Jeopardy music.
Jason, message me with a diagram, a picture of what you're talking about, and then we'll touch base on it again next week because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Shoot.
'Cause I need to see it to believe it.
Keep talking, guys. I gotta do something real quick.
Keep talking.
What was that? I thought it was a bug.
Whatever the hell is on your table.
The Deans.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I took that off of something today. Okay, so I want to give a big shout out to my Zyn sponsor, Cameron. I don't want to murder his last name, Cameron Lipscomb. Lipscomb?
Can't see it. It was.
I don't know, but Cameron and me have been talking. I've answered a bunch of
There you
questions
go.
for him. He was able to send me out some promotional Zyn. I chew this stuff. It's actually, I want to say in a way, even though I'm still using nicotine, it saved my life. I smoked a pack and a half of cigarettes a day for 26 years, and I wasn't going anywhere with it.
I was chewing a can and a half a day.
It gets
regularly.
bad. Oh, I've gotten to chew bad. I mean, it got bad in my life. I mean, I woke up in the morning and there was fucking spitters everywhere. Yeah, so this
Nasty.
stuff really saved my life. You know, I was one of those smokers that started when I was 14, and I'll quit when I'm 25, and I was 26, and I'm like, oh, I'll quit till I'm 30, and then it was 35, and then you know, right before I was 40, I've been off of cigarettes for 4 years now. And this stuff right here, man, if it wasn't for this, I'd probably be 10 years away from having a heart attack or you know, yes, I'm still using nicotine, but it just, it's really good stuff. And it's a lot better. Well, it's still nicotine, but it's a lot better for you than smoking cigarettes. And for this guy, Cameron, to reach out to me and do whatever he did to hook me up with a couple cans, I just want to say that was just really nice of you. Just like, you know, the patches from Officer Remy, you know, it just, I want to say Remington. I don't know, even though he calls himself Remy, I like that name, Remington. It's like, what's your kid's name? Winchester, you know? Is that your daughter? What's her name? Glock, you know? That's so awesome. Glock. Oh, she came. So thank you a lot, Cameron. That meant a lot to me. And I shared with Ricky, and he's got a couple, you know, and I'm hoping that those are keeping you from chewing, because chewing ain't no better than smoking.
I
But
got no chew. I ain't had chew.
I'm not gonna say I don't
2
have a
months
big ass
more.
bag of Red Man in there, right? Or, you can't even find. I can't find beech nut nowhere anymore.
I haven't had chew in
But
3
that
months.
even that bag of chew, that beech nut's been in my lunchbox for 6 months.
Probably dry.
I don't know,
Yeah,
it
not
stuff's
open.
pretty
You
good.
probably smoked that shit.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're
dries out
not
pretty
doing
good.
that. So, is there any other questions about Race Wars? Anybody who's watching that has some questions? If you see this, oh, I'm sorry.
Random.
Questions? Who knows?
Who knows?
Sorry, my phone's
if
charging
there
in there.
is anybody that watches this video until Race Wars and they go, well, wait a minute, you guys didn't just get a hold of us, man, and we'll answer the questions. If it's something we haven't thought about, we'll make a decision on it. Race Wars is going to have videotape at the end for video finishes. Anything that's even close, I'll be making the deciding factor on it. If I say, it looks like this car, but I really can't tell, let me get a consensus, I'll bring Ricky and Gabe into it, and out of us three, if it's 2-1, then that's the consensus. Or if we just can't tell, we'll run it again, you know? So we want to make it fair and easy for everybody. And like I said, we want to have a good time and raise some money for these kids. So,
Amen.
Uh-oh. I can't go back that far.
how far are you going back?
Well, I can't get
Way back.
Way back.
I was waiting for that. You know how I know these are my friends? Watch this. Regulators!
Mount up.
There you go! Those are my boys.
I sing that song every single time I put in a regulator in a
Randy.
Kid you not. Call yourself regulators.
Mount up.
That's
It was a cold
instantly
black-
what pops in my head. Fucking forklifts. Forklifts need regulators. Of course they do.
Oh man.
In case we forget what your name is, it's on your hat.
It is. Everybody's got their names in a hat. Ricky. Tricky Ricky. You know why I call him Tricky Ricky? Because just when you think his car can't get up faster, I'm going to tell him another trick to make it go faster. And you'll be like, oh my god, it really beat me that time.
Like,
Oh man, we've had a really good career so far. We've been able to really help just thousands of people at this point.
don't cry, Randy. Your hat's at home.
I want to give a shout out to Justin Holt. Justin Holt of Holt's Custom Mats. God, I forgot to do that. He made these mats. He can get just about anything done. Vinyl graphics.
He's the
Vinyl
man.
graphics. He had these hats made for us. Hey guys, turn it down a little bit.
Library voices.
These are flex fit hats. If anybody likes 707 hats, I can get them. They're $25 a piece.
I want to give a shout out to Alfonso.
Alfonso?
He's my tattoo guy. Did all this.
Oh,
colorful
heck yeah.
work.
It does good, yeah. Good work. Nice
is-
lines.
This is 8 hours in so far. It's going to go all the way, but he's making me over 100 stickers that say Race Wars presented by 707 Streetcars that we're going to hand out to.
So when we
Each
do
person.
sign-ups, you will come up, you'll tell us your name, what class you're running, you'll pay your money for your class, you'll get something else, we won't tell them about that. And one of the things you'll be getting is a complimentary 707 Streetcar Race War. What does it say?
It says Race Wars presented by 707
Oh, really?
Streetcars.
Okay. So
Nice.
everybody that signs up is getting one of those stickers. So, yeah, I think that's really awesome. And he donated those, or we're buying them. But that's okay.
I'm buying.
That's okay. Somebody who is willing to go, yeah, I can get them done. You know.
I don't have any. Well, most of the comments I can't get to. So
Even though
I don't
it's
know
kinda
if it's
backwards.
anything. Just because it went out of it and come back into it, it doesn't show all the comments. I don't know why it does that,
That's
but
weird.
it always does that.
Makes him disappear.
Yeah, it doesn't. So I have no idea what half
Which
of
ones
anybody
are-
said.
But it has the newest ones, though, right?
Has like 4.
Okay, if we asked a question and you're still watching and we didn't answer it because I got off my phone, chime back in right now. Ask the question again.
I'll start
Okay.
from the beginning.
Cappy Packies. Yeah, these radios are.
You know what I learned with this?
Tire
Just
rubber,
let my
it's touching
four.
it.
She's now 4.
That shit done.
Take this
I
throttle
don't know if it's releasing here.
right here
Yeah.
and turn this all the way down, and the car's like in training mode.
Okay.
So,
Yes, it's the travel.
yep. I was kind of skeptical putting her in the car because I thought it would just. But
Yeah.
I turned that down, and it was enough just to get her to. She loves driving it now.
At 3 and 4 years old, they're still working on hand-eye coordination, but this is the time to start them. You know, it really is. I wish somebody had started me with that early, but
Check this video out. You'll like this. If I can find it. No. That was
it was awesome. I saw it.
that was cool.
Stock box.
Stock pox.
A flash pack.
Poor Randy. He's
What
tired.
will a flash pack do for our stock DR10 system? Jesus Christ.
Spit it out.
It will do a good thing it'll do a good thing and a bad thing. Adding a cap pack of any kind to a stock DR10 setup, the 3300 kV motor is what it's got.
I think that's what it is.
It will take 70% of the cog away, but will also take some power away from the hit. So it's a trade-up. Either deal with the cog and have all your power. That's awesome, dude. That's perfect
That's
for her.
no drive.
That's why I got the crawlers. That's why I had all the crawlers.
Look at her.
Just walking
Oh.
around. That's so cute.
Well, Pete Catelli, Big Pete, down there in San Jose area.
I want my pasta, Pete.
Well, go down to San Jose. Says someone coming to San Jose tomorrow. I have that new Traxxas LCG chassis. I'm donating for Race Wars. When I
Awesome.
get up to you guys, unless something happens where I can't make it.
Oh, and I want to give a big shout out to everybody down at Jake's Performance Hobbies. Jake's Performance Hobbies in Runner Park, California, 707-586-3375. They are open Tuesday through Saturday. They're not only a badass hobby shop that can get or have just about anything you want, but they also are exclusively doing, they always have done drag racing stuff. So a lot of the stuff that you hear about or whatever, they sell it there. And he's got better prices that you can get online, guys. He ships to the lower 48. And
if he doesn't meet, if he doesn't beat, he at least meets the online prices.
Let me put it this way: when the Proline tranny came out a couple weeks ago, they were what, $129? Okay, I got my Proline trannies go for $108.99 over at Jake's. So I mean, he always comes in $10 or $20 cheaper than a main, and we like to support him because, you know, support your local shops, guys. Is there anybody that works at Jake's? Tim, Hunter, anybody that's watching right now?
Hunter's on.
Hunter's watching?
Hunter's on.
I'm hoping to get some feedback. I'm actually paying out of my own pocket. If the parts come in time, everything's so back ordered, to build a complete / bone stock roller to donate for the raffle. So I want a car to be in the raffle. Maybe we'll throw a shark body on it or something, or I don't know. But that's, you know, was my contribution to the race. So. Jake, if you're watching, maybe match me roller for roller. I'll buy one. You put one in.
Yeah.
Oh, even Hunter's sidekick Josh is watching.
What's up, sidekick? Josh is a good guy. I love him. In London, his daughter's such a sweetheart. Him and his daughter and my daughter play at the races, at our list races, and they're just two peas in a pod. So.
Pete Catelli wants to come to your garage before
Yeah,
race
so
wars.
tell Ricky I'd like to come to the garage before race wars. I'll have the sauce ready for you.
Pete, you know where I live.
And my laboratory is open to anybody too. Anybody needs any help? They want a motor dyno. They want this or that. Just, you know, get a hold of me. So we're here for you guys.
Hunter said,
There's
"What's
Hunter.
up, boys? What's up, boys?"
Hunter, I really wanted to race you in the finals on a cash race. That's why I wouldn't trade spots with you and Randy. Unfortunately, I had to race Randy, but I was hoping to have.
Did
Hunter.
you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hunter wanted to trade spots, and I'm like, nope. If I'm racing you in the finals.
And then what happened? He didn't make it to the finals?
No.
Oh,
I think Chris Silva took him out, and that's who I raced in the finals.
What now? Sidekick.
Well, Paul
He's
says,
my
"Dan,
Robin
toss the
to
boss-
my
Toss
Batman.
the boss on the Traxxas raffle. Then we got Josh as sidekick. He's my Robin.
Yeah.
He is my Robin
To my Batman. I could see them dressed up that way.
You
God,
guys better
guys.
dress like that for race wars.
Seriously.
Batman and Robin.
I actually have
Trying to get-
two
Trying to get the
movie
towers.
quality Batman costumes.
Towers.
Oh, yeah. Let me know on those towers. So Pete Catelli came up with. We don't have an RCRI in front of us. They're carbon fiber, but you know how we make a little crossbar for the front body mount.
I saw those ones. Yeah.
He has them actually milled to where you can mount those right to it.
Cool.
So, yeah, let me know on those. Then I can get rid of that. Little,
I would take 2 or 3 of them as
That's
well.
what I told him.
Yeah.
There's Noe. Noe!
Noe girl.
Noe! She's gonna be like, nope.
That's okay. Her brother already did. Flipped
No,
up the
come here.
camera.
Come here, baby.
Don't do it!
It's a trap.
And she's out.
Any other questions?
She's busy.
That's it.
Well, that sucker really shakes.
Nice stickers
Sounds
on
like your
the side
phone
of the
blowing
banner.
video.
Oh my god.
That was Emma showing me that my phone. I didn't know my phone did slow motion. She's like, "Yeah, Daddy, look." I'm like, "You're fucking 7, dude. How do you know that?" So I did that, and I was like, "Dude, this is too fun." And you know what the funny thing is? Once my lips started going, brum, 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 I got this weird look in my eyes, and then I like look the other way, and it's just hilarious. It was a funny video. I could not post it. Anything? Hunter is watching.
Yeah, Hunter's right
Okay. Hey Hunter, do you know if there's going to be any rollers coming out of Jake's in the next 2.5 weeks before Race Wars?
He's replying to Chris right now. Oh, you almost hit her.
These things stick.
Yeah, we can see that.
Oh yeah, they're
Dude.
awesome. I throw them everywhere in my
Spit
shop.
one? Like a spit one?
Yes.
We were laying in the bed the other night and I'm watching the lightning storm and I'm like, poof, out the window and it's stuck right to the window. Oh,
Where'd it go?
it's on your multimeter. No.
Oh, that's cool. Whatever.
We'll find it later.
Oh, look, she's going to pick it up.
Thank you.
Stuck on the other one.
It's right there.
That's I think that one is his.
That one is his.
Ew, I touched
He
yours.
probably touched the wrong one.
It's all
Here,
good.
I have hand sanitizer in my car.
He thought I was sick of me more, so I got full blown 8 in a sore throat.
Oh my god.
Oh come on! What did you think?
Waiting for
Don't you
Traxxas
go to the
to-
hospital?
Waiting for Traxxas to send us parts. All the stuff is back ordered.
Oh, I know. God, that's gonna just suck.
Sad and frustrating.
Maybe
You wash
if
your
worse
hands.
comes to worse, I will. That's what I wanted. I wanted
There's
a
soap in there.
Traxxas / roller with just a set of wheels and tires on it, unglued, and then a Jake's Performance Hobbies wheelie bar on it, and then we throw a body on it, and it's a car. So even if they're not done, I think that I'll still maybe put a coupon in for it. And as soon as it's done and the parts come in, I don't know. There's several ways we can do that. So I wanted there with all the stuff we got on the table for the
We
raffle.
can get one built for you though.
Awesome, thank you, Hunter. I think I was talking to Jake about it. I'm sure that he told me he was waiting for parts, and I know, God, every store, even my gun shops, they look like Russian grocery stores. There's like 3 bullets in the lower for a Glock and a couple flies, you know. Jake's actually been able to get a lot of stuff in, a lot more than a lot of other places. From what I've heard, I don't know firsthand because I like to buy all my stuff from my local hobby shop. Yeah, if we can get a car built for Raceway, I want to have, you know, all our stuff and the bodies and all the cool stuff we got out, and then a car sitting there. I think that'll be awesome. So I think that'll bring kind of a whoa factor to wanting to buy tickets. So
What do you want to know about Raw Speed tires?
what you want to know?
Lever, Nelly, Gary.
Dean's connector.
Dude, it's still hot as hell.
I don't know.
Why are they working
Wonder if
for
our
you?
house is
Why they
still
work for me?
Oh, don't say that.
I honestly, I think it's a
Because
compound.
if yours
These
isn't
are-
standing,
these
then
are
mine's
some
probably
right
not
here
standing.
that are clay compound, and
Yeah.
they when they get warm, they actually get really sticky.
Trying to
I was like,
reconnect.
whoa!
Oh, there it goes.
Sticky, icky, ooh, ooh!
We were up there on Sunday. It was raining on and off and everything, and I had everything under anything on top of the blacktop stuck to the tires after I did my burnout and my pass. Had wet leaves stuck to it, everything, just on a raw tire.
Requirement for 12 turn class. That's it right there.
That was kind of fun on Sunday. Dodging lightning bolts, waiting to run cash race. Using a blowtorch to dry the asphalt.
You know where I was?
Shut up.
You know,
I was in that horse trough.
getting stung by a bee in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah. And I'm allergic.
I'm about to say,
Oh,
are you
no.
allergic? Did your head swell
Did you
up?
get fat lip?
Janelle brought Benadryl. I had a big old knot right here.
So this is a fun story. About 10 or 12 years ago, I'm working as a swing shift mechanic for, was it Pac Bell? I don't know, working on big line trucks. And it was probably, no, it was more, it was about 20 years ago.
Paul said
Because
he's always stocked up on supplies to make bodies too.
Cool.
No more waiting.
because it was my first wife came to visit me for lunch. My lunch break was like 10 p.m. And at her house, her stepmom had made cheeseburgers that night. I mean, big old nice ones, you know, tomato, lettuce. I mean, nice cheeseburgers. And she brought me a cheeseburger, and we sat there for 20 minutes. I had my lunch, and I ate it, and she left, and I went back to work. And about 15 minutes into my shift, my coworker goes, "Hey, Dan," and I'm like, "Yeah, what do you want?" And he goes, "What is wrong with your lips?" My lips grew to like 10 times the size, and they're like melting off my face. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Dude, your lips." So I looked, I'm like, "Oh my God, my lips." And just then, my neck started swelling up. And I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" So they called the ambulance. I had to take an ambulance ride, and to this day, we never found out what it was. I'm not allergic to anything in my life.
She tried to poison you?
I don't know, but unsuccessful. Come on, you can't take down the Man of Steel. But I don't know what it was. I was supposed to go back and get some testing and figure out what it was, but it was, I mean, it happens quick.
I still got a freaking scab back here from that damn thing.
Yeah.
B. Thought it was sweat. It was so humid and hot.
Oh, it was sticky.
I was
and
rubbing
nasty.
my head like I
Fucking
thought it was
horrible.
sweat, and then I went back. I felt it again. I went like this, and bam! I got nailed, and I flung the thing out the trailer, and I'm
I've
like,
gotten stung
Benadryl.
many times by yellow jackets and bees, and they just feel like a pinch, and that's it. And I get a little.
For a
tiny
race day,
welt,
hardly
but-
doing anything. That was a tiring day.
Oh, dude!
You guys
I
are
got
probably
home,
exhausted.
I passed out.
and
I'm
I
out.
took Benadryl. I got home and I told her, she's like, I want to go to
Benadryl
Costco,
knocks
and I'm
me,
like,
though.
I'm going to bed.
I'm not
can't
going
take
anywhere.
Yeah. If I take even like one of the little tiny pink Benadryl pills, I mean, I'm done. I'm done. Good. I need a good 12 hours of sleep. Okay.
I took 2 of them. Fucking things.
Damn.
We got home and I was like, I
Anything
can't
else?
go anywhere.
Paul Peterson, after the 2-week delay from getting the new machine, we talked about that in one of our last episodes, getting the new machine so he can have 2 machines going. He's up and running. He's caught up. He's re-upped on his Lexan. He is totally 100% stocked up. Anybody ordering a Shark Body is going to be able to get their stuff within a couple days. So that's good to hear because a lot of this stuff, because of face shields and stuff for the medical field, is hard to get. Unless you're some big company that doesn't help anybody anyway. So,
Like my company,
what company?
United Rentals. We got gazillion freaking N95.
I was sitting next to a United Rentals guy in a truck the other day, and I looked over him, and then I looked back at the road, and I was like, I don't know why. I'm like,
Was it a semi truck or
it wasn't a pickup, but it wasn't a semi. It was like a
flatbed?
yeah,
It was
something like
probably
that.
a trench.
Yeah, Pete says down there, says Sunday was horrible. We had to clean and dry and spray the track
On the road.
on the road at NorCal, and it was 105 with 85% humidity.
It was hell.
Come here, Noe.
Noe, look, Noe, wait, no, Noe. Oh man, I got a high five tonight. I got 2 of them. Yeah, it's a good night.
Yeah, she's just delirious.
Well, no more
I
questions.
need food.
Oh. Jack in the Box
Well,
for you?
we are done with the second ginger ale, ladies and gentlemen, so that usually means we are going to wrap it up. So, if anybody who's watching this in the next 2.5 weeks has any questions about Race Wars is 2 weeks away.
Oh, you got a surprise package apparently coming, Dan,
Mhm.
from Paul. So
That's
Dan will like the
scary.
surprise in the package coming for him this week.
That's scary.
Ooh.
You got a surprise Dan with my body?
Boom! Oh, I didn't think
Oh,
about
Matt
that.
Kidd has a
There's an element
question.
I
What
was
you
talking
got,
about.
Matt?
What you got, Matt? Matt Kidd is a local guy. He's a good friend of mine.
Janelle knew about
Him and his whole family, him and Ashley, and his little boy Braden. And he's a pro racer. And I get a lot of the stuff
Can't take
that
you to
comes out
anywhere.
of the mind of the professor inside the laboratory. Sometimes has a lot of input from Matt. Matt's been an influential guy in my pro career. So if Matt's got a question, ask your question, Matt.
I was really excited too because I have a
Is
question.
that what he says? I have a question.
No, he just wanted to throw you guys
Oh, there
off.
we go. I'm just kidding.
What do you say?
Sorry, guys.
You got them all
Had to-
excited.
had to tell
Hey,
you
are you
so.
throwing
Did I just
something?
freaking
That hopped
snort?
on my-
I just
There
snorted.
was something on the table.
What was that? It's all dink.
I just choked on oxygen. You know how hard that is? Well, if that's it.
Oh, Pete replied to Matt's question for him. Says they're gonna be white claws at race wars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, baby.
Claw.
Woo! Where's the camera? Oh, there it is. Woo, woo,
how
woo.
many have you had, Jamie? Jeez.
Trademark copyright not to be used confused. Ricky Bobby Inc.
Jaden's driving home.
Yes, she is.
Absolutely, there will.
No, he got hurt. She hit her nose, I think, on the.
Is there
Oh, no.
RV
Lines.
park near race wars? There's a couple, I think, that are.
The closest one I know of is about 12 to 13 miles away.
Why are people commenting my name, David
in
Vieira?
Petaluma? In Petaluma, California, my hometown where we're at right now, there's a KOA campground.
We should
Dude,
keep-
and honestly, with the homeless on the streets around here,
Nobody's
you can park
You
anywhere.
can probably park it, yeah.
Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian, the camera's dead still because it's on a tripod. He says, and yet the camera's dead still. Yeah, 'cause it's got a
Yeah,
tripod.
because she's not holding it. Oh, the bird is the word. What else? Go grab some pizza, dude.
No, I'm good.
He wants Jack.
Get good lactose intolerant.
He wants
guy
Jack in
pizza.
the Box.
Remember last time you gave him pizza?
Dude, so I am super lactose intolerant. I can drink a cup of milk
She
and,
good?
like, for the next 4 hours have flatulence. And when I was younger, I used to love it because I'd go to these big family gatherings I never wanted to go to, and they'd drag me there, and I'd always grab a glass of milk before I left. And I would be sitting at those big old Thanksgiving tables, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, I don't know. You know? Anyway, FYI, or TMI. Anything else? Tony Cortez, what's up, Tony?
Ricky wants to walk the strip and drink beer again.
Yes, he does.
It's called getting old.
Oh, is that
The same
Tony?
problem.
Oh Lord.
He doesn't want to
We
get
don't even want to
roofied.
go there, Tony. That was a bad night. Let me show these guys a picture.
So there,
This
there
is
Ricky is on the strip
Tony
in Vegas.
Tony and I got
is
drugged.
drunk.
Ricky got roofied.
Tony and I got got drugged.
Tony did too?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you figure?
You should see the video.
Let's see the video. Share the video with
I wanna see
everyone.
the video.
I don't have the video.
Ask
You
Chase.
saw
Do you have the video?
Ask Chase.
Do you remember it?
No.
Chase has
Chase
it.
showed me the video.
No. Even
Do you want to go
Tony,
camping?
Tony got home and was like, dude, I think we were drugged. Look at this picture.
You gotta show it with everybody.
Look at that fucking.
Who's that? Is that you?
That's Tony.
Oh.
There's me. I'm in La La Land.
Oh my God!
Let's see. Come
You just
on.
walking the strip
Like
in
a
your
half his
farmer's
clothes
hand.
Half his clothes gone.
Oh yeah.
But that's how I walk around in Vegas.
Oh, no,
too.
don't shit
Too late. I told you had to share.
No pics. What happens in Vegas stays on Facebook.
Is that the video?
That's the
I
video.
haven't even seen the video.
Turn it up so these people can.
No. This is a video of Ricky, and Ricky is pissed drunk.
I'm drugged.
No, at one point we go by Walmart and he says Walmart Pornhub.
He's stuck on the
There was a Walmart, and it said Walmart pickup,
Here, let me see.
and I thought it said
Here,
Walnut
turn it on.
Pornhub.
Turn it on.
My kid was having fun with me.
Hi, baby.
Animal life.
Emma, whose car is this?
Oh, you're not driving, thank God.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not driving.
Your feet are on the dash.
Emma's gonna be one of the top competitors at Race Wars in 12-turn class.
We stopped at Jack in the Box, and I looked like Tasmanian Devil tearing through.
All right, guys. So hey, episode 24, Race Wars in 2 weeks. If you guys have any questions, need any help, get a hold of me, Ricky, or Randy. We'll help anybody out we can. And let's sign off. Later, guys.
Later.
Have a good weekend. We're out.
It was bad.